Rise and shine, rise and shine. Teacher time. Oh, y'all still asleep? Understandable. You know. Halloween yesterday. A lot of y'all went out partied. Y'all probably asleep right now. Hung the fuck over. Oh, hope you get yourself some clamato or a cup of coffee, you know. Shout out to all them who know the power of coffee in the morning. Shout out to all them people who know about that huariche, that strong ass bacha huariche. Sipping on this purple bag, Death Wish. You know? Shout out to all my coffee sippers out there. Rise and shine, rise and shine. About to teach you a little something today, man. About to teach you about numerology, little secret about your destiny here. About to teach you guys how to find out something about yourselves today. About to teach you something called your destiny here. All right. Now, before I get started, I want to give thanks for being able to wake up early in the morning and step outside and see the sunrise. Give thanks for being able to step outside and see that sun come up. There's people right now who can't even do that. There's people right now who can't even go outside right now and look at the sunrise. There's people who can't even go take a shower right now. They gotta wait until somebody says shower time. Shout out to all y'all who can enjoy a cup of coffee. Shout out to all my coffee sippers out there. Oh, y'all still asleep? Oh, that's what's going on? Y'all still asleep? That's what's up. Get your rest on, rest in peace, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But for all my early birds, I'm about to teach y'all something today. Ain't no working out today. I'm going to work out your mind today. Sometimes it's all about the mind. I told baby one time in prison, I'll fall in love with a person's mind before I fall in love with how they look. What good is a beautiful woman that don't know nothing? What good is a hot-ass man who don't know nothing? So yeah, I told baby back in 2017, I said, baby, I'll fall in love with a person's mind before I fall in love with how they look. So, shout out to all y'all wise men and women out there who know that beauty goes far beyond looks. What good is falling in love with somebody who is gone, don't know nothing? They're going to lead you in the wrong way. So, shout out to all those who know the power of the mind. Shout out to all those who know not everything that glitters is gold. Shout out to all those who don't judge a book by its cover. So I'm finna step up right here. I'm about to show you the mind of Luke Elijah. About to teach y'all something about yourselves. Something secret that not too many people know. It's called your destiny here. Y'all don't believe it? The proof is going to be in the pudding. I'm going to leave it to do it yourself. I'm going to do the years that I'm going to do. You do this to your year. Whatever year you were born, add this up. And you're going to see. I know what I'm talking about. I'm about to teach you something called numerology. Before I get started, before I start that, after I show you this, I'm going to open the books that I was reading. These are just a few of the books I read in prison. All right? These are just a few of the books I read in prison. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. Because a person that looks like this, he don't know nothing? He never read no book? Better watch out. Show you what I'm going to teach you about today. The voice of knowledge, ancient wisdom, right here. And these are just not even half of the books I read in prison. See, a lot of people, they go to prison, they don't do shit with themselves. They don't do shit, they don't learn shit. They go in there reading westerns, reading love stories, romance, urban novels. My life was an urban novel. And go in there reading. I went in there reading books that you would never believe that I read. Teach you about shamanism today. Yeah, you know about shamanism? I don't think you did know about shamanism. I'm about to teach you about the Native American. About to teach you about how to awaken your third eye. You know about that? You know the practices that you got to do? These things take years of practice. So I'm years ahead of everybody. Because these type of books, you can't just read. They come with practices. Things that you got to do. Meditations. The rainbow body. Teach you how to awaken the chakras in your body. I'm going to teach you how to lucid dream. To all y'all who don't know, I'm going to tell you the difference between a vision and a dream. A dream is not in color. If you have a dream and it's in color, I'm here to tell you that's a vision. People read something like, I always dream in color. Well, guess what? Then you're one of those who they talk about in the Bible. The people that they say there will be those who have visions. In this book of the Native Americans, it teaches you the difference between a dream and a vision. And it teaches you how to unlock those, how to make your gifts stronger. When I was talking about the cave, when I was telling that tourist and he was like, yeah, you guys know about absolute darkness? I read this about, look, underline, I'm going to read little quotes out of here. This teaches you the power. The practices that you got to blindfold yourself, put yourself in absolute darkness, and it strengthens your mind because when you take away one sense, one other sense gets stronger. So when you take away the sense of sight, all your other senses become enhanced. And that's why they would do practices where they would wrap themselves in completely blindfold to strengthen all your other senses. You blindfold yourself and you're in absolute darkness and you put yourself like that for a week. And your sense of smell, your sense of taste, your sense of hearing, your sense of intuition becomes stronger. This book right here, Darkness Visible, gonna teach you that. Yeah, Luke Elijah, the one that looks like tattoos, like he don't know shit. Oh, he went to prison for 14 years. Yeah, I was reading and studying books, practices, doing meditations for years. I'm years ahead of all these men out here. I'm here to show you what separates me from everyone else. Synchronicity Key by David Wilcock. I advise y'all to read this. This shit will blow your mind. Once you read this book, you'll never look at the world again. You're going to see what the government is doing in front of your eyes after you read this book. Yeah, Luke Elijah read that. Christianity, how they stole the story is the Bible's plagiarism. How everything in the temples of the Egyptian pyramids was taken. Now, the story's not fake, but it's rewritten. The story ain't fake, and the name is real. I'll teach you about all this. All right, now, lucid dreaming, this is for those, this right here is going to teach you how to control your dreams. This right here is going to teach you, and you could teach another person, and y'all can literally meet up in the dream world. You can literally enter people's dreams. Once you learn how to do this, you a bad motherfucker. You will literally be able to enter somebody's dreams while they're asleep. You got to know when they're asleep. You got to know when they're asleep. And you meditate. This teach you how to enter somebody's dreams. Hold them. Walk with them. Yo, they'll be like, man, that shit felt so real. I always want to interrupt. This right here gonna teach you how to awaken your chakras. It's gonna teach you how to awaken those energy points. Practices you gotta take. Practices you gotta do. There's a certain practice for every chakra. There's 7 chakras. And it starts right here, down there in the sexual part. That's the main one that you gotta start with. To open up every chakra, you have to master something. The sexual gland, you gotta have self-control. You gotta literally say, man, in prison, that's why I had to go. Because in prison, everybody just jacking off all day. That's all they do, go in their secret room, they jack off, boom, boom. But there's practices that you gotta learn self-control. Learn self-control. When that motherfucker go up, you can't just tend to that motherfucker. No, you gotta self-control yourself. There's a lot of men, they ain't got no self-control. That's what's wrong with the men. They see somebody and right away they rush. Those men have no self-control. They have not mastered that chakra down there. They don't have that energy flowing through them like they're supposed to. Then it goes to the belly chakra. The belly chakra is your flight or your fight or flight. When you awaken that, you gotta fast. That's where the fasting comes. When you fast from certain foods, you're strengthening this chakra right here, the belly chakra. Then you go to your solar plexus. This chakra right here is like, you gotta start listening to your intuition. Once you start listening to your intuition, this chakra becomes more stronger. This shit becomes more stronger. It's your solar plexus. Then you go to your heart chakra. Your heart chakra, you got to start being compassionate. And there's practices, it has practices to teach you how to do this, how to awaken these energies in your body. Once you get to the heart chakra, you got to become more compassionate. You can't unlock this energy right here if you're not compassionate. You see someone in help, whether you're a friend, your foe, you got to help them. You're doing this, it strengthens your energy. You see a cockroach, you can't kill it. You got to stop killing insects. You got to realize they have a spirit in them. People or whatever. When you do that, without you realizing it, you're strengthening this energy center right here. Boom. Then you go to your throat chakra. You got to start controlling what you say. The things you say to people. You got to start being more polite, kind words. You start saying kind words, polite words, respectful, uplifting words. That awakens this energy center right here. Boom. Then it goes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it's the third eye. That's when you got to start paying attention to things. Pay attention to the omens and the signs that are around you that the universe is trying to give to you every day. But you're not paying attention because your third eye is not awakened. Then it goes to your crown chakra. Once you awaken this, man, that's when you're going to start having them visions. That's when you become in tune with everything around you. There's practices. You can't do this within a year. Man, Luke Elijah was locked up 14 years, man. I think for 14 years, I just let that shit go by. I was in there studying, y'all. Studying. This book right here teaches you how to read the aura. How to read a person's aura. You could do it. You got to learn. There's practices that you got to do. There's things that you got to cut out your life. Habits. All type of things. And when you look at somebody, you'll be able to read their aura. You'll be able to see the glow around them. People don't believe in this shit, but this shit is real. You know why they don't take the time to study and practice these meditations, these things that you got to do. Sometimes when Luke Elijah's looking at somebody, he's reading their aura. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it because they don't even believe or they don't even know that that's possible. But I'm here to show y'all why I'm separated from all them other men out there. Luke Elijah did 14 years in prison. He didn't let that shit go to waste. Do you know what I know? No, because you didn't read. And you don't read what I read. Before I stepped out into the world, I had already read so many books and did so many practices in prison. See, the person that I am right here, that's what people in prison don't know that person. The people in prison know this person. The person they used to come to and say, hey man, I had a dream. Can you tell me what it means? The person that used to come, hey, read my tarot cards. Yeah, read my runes. Hey man, what you think about this? What you think about, read this letter. What they read? I was a teacher, man. That's why I say don't judge a book by its cover, because with someone who looks like this, got a mind full of this. Not a mind full of all this other shit that these men are running around with. It's what separates Luke Elijah from everybody. Read these. These are just some of the books that I'm here showing you. Not even the books that the guards threw away. The guards threw away a lot of books. But I had already read them, so I didn't give a fuck. So I'm here to show y'all why I'm separated from everyone else. Right now, shout out to all my coffee sippers. Ain't no working out today. I'm gonna work out that mind, y'all. I fall in love with a person's mind before I fall in love with how they look. Fuck is looks gonna get me? A mind get you far. Mind will take you far in life. Strong, wise mind. So shout out to all y'all who read. Yeah, real talk. Look at me. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. This man right here will teach you something. Teach you something that none of these men out here gonna teach you. So, wake up. It's the first of the month. Let's give thanks. I'm about to break it down to you. I'm about to teach y'all something today. I'm about to blow your mind today. About to show you who I really am. So rise and shine. Rise and shine to who Luke Elijah really is. I'm coming right here. I'm about to teach y'all something, man. Because the world don't know who I am. I just popped out of prison. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Yeah, Luke Elijah. What makes you so different from everybody else? Yeah. What's in here? What's in here makes me different from everybody else out there. People wonder why I got so much self-control. Yeah, I was in there unlocking chakras, man. Give thanks. Give thanks. I give thanks for God sending me to prison. Because God knew that's the only way you're gonna read this shit, Luke. That's the only way you're gonna read this shit, Luke. I gotta send you to prison so you can awaken your third eye. That's the only way you're gonna read this shit, Luke. That's the only way you're gonna learn about the rainbow body. That's the only way you're gonna learn about dark light consciousness. The energies in your spine. Yeah, with the Egyptians you're studying. That's the only way you're going to realize what your name and the vibrations in your name and the vowels, the power of the vowels. Yo, that's the only way. Yeah, Luke, you got to go to prison. That's the only way you're going to learn how to do what the shamans did, the Native American teachings. That's the only way you're going to learn how to control your dreams, Luke. That's the only way you're going to be able to wake up lucid. You know what lucid dreams? You know what lucid is? Yeah, you probably don't know. Exactly, Luke knows. Luke knows. That's the only way you're gonna go. You gotta go to prison, Luke, for 14 years, because that's how long this shit gonna take you to learn. You gotta learn how to read her aura, Luke. You gotta go in there so you can learn how to read their aura. So you could go up to them and say, look, I see something in your aura is broken. I'm gonna teach you how to fix it. Who the fuck are you? You don't know shit. Look at you, full of tattoos. Yeah, don't ever judge a book by its cover. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. I'm here to show y'all. I'm here to teach y'all. I'm here to teach y'all what I had to go to hell to learn. Don't ever forget about this book. It's my Bible. Rest in peace to my grandparents who sent me this Bible. Man. Yeah. Luke Elijah. He look at you. He's probably reading your aura. He probably already knows what's wrong with you. What you're lacking in your life, what energies are not right. Yeah, Luke Elijah, man. I'm about to teach you why and who I am. So, we're going to get here, we're going to jump right here. I'm going to teach you something about yourself, though, first. Because the proof is in the pudding. People be like, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to teach you something about yourself that you could go do within minutes. It's gonna blow your mind. Don't doubt me. Don't doubt me. I come in the name of Jesus, man. Don't doubt me. What separates me from everybody else? My mind and my heart. I'm a good heart. I try to help people. All through life, I go through life trying to help people who don't want to be helped. And I'll go through life trying to help people who are trying to hurt me. And there's a lot of people like me out there. You guys going through life trying to help people who all they do is hurt you. You're going through life trying to help somebody, but they think they can play you for a fool because of how you look. And people think, oh yeah, he's been in prison his whole life, he don't know shit. Yeah, when I was in prison, all I was doing was reading, studying, practicing. Guards used to come to me and ask me what's up with their dreams. Nurses, psych doctors used to call me into their office. How do you know about that? Yeah, they show me people's tarot cards, telling you about to show you who I am. So rise and shine. Rise and shine and Luke Elijah, man. I'm going to start with the birth dates. I'm going to start with my birthday. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you how to break it down. And then you get your date and you go do it yourself. And it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind what I'm about to show you right now. I was born in 1984. Okay, so you take that date. Pay attention. Because I ain't gonna keep going back. Pay attention, y'all. This is where, if you're here on this page, this is for you. I'm about to teach you something. And when you do it, you're going to sit back and be like, oh shit, what the fuck? How does he know this? Okay, hold on. Here we go. I'm going to do my date first. And how I break down my date is how you break down your date. You do your numbers. Now, I ain't going to touch. This is on you. You do it. I'm going to teach you and it's going to blow your mind. You ready? 1984. You don't get your month. You don't get your date. You just get the year. And what I'm about to teach you right here is called your destiny year. All right. Your destiny year is the year that something happened to you that changed your whole life. To change your whole fucking life. And we have multiple destiny years. And this is the shit that you need to teach your kids this. I wish my parents knew this knowledge. Because if they would have said, look, Luke, this year is one of your destiny years. So you need to be on point. Because something can happen either extremely good or extremely horrible. And if you don't know that, hey, this year could be one of your destiny years. And you going through life, and if you knew it was your destiny year, which meant that something major is about to happen this year, you going to be on your P's and Q's to make sure you don't make a mistake. But if nobody knows about what the fuck is the destiny? What the fuck is it? Well, I'm about to show you. Because if you knew, you could prevent a lot of shit from happening to you. Okay, my year, 1984. You take 1984, the 1, the 9, the 8, and the 4, and you add all that up. You add those 4 numbers up. 9 plus 1, 10. Plus the 8, 18. Plus the 4, 22. So when I turned 22, something gonna happen to me that year. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me that year. What year was that? 1984. 22 years later is what? 2006. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what happened to Luke in 2006? That's when I got that AK-47 that sent me to prison. That's the year that I got my AK-47, and that shit changed my whole life, ruined my whole life. That year is the year I was fucked off. If I would have known about this year at that time, I would have known, damn, it's 2006. I got to be careful. Anything I do right now, boom, but I didn't know. And in 2006, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got the AK-47 and that shit changed my whole life. Ruined it. Ruined it. Ended up in prison, man. 14-year sentence, man. If I would have known that year. Okay, there's another destiny year. You take 2006. I added 1984, which comes out to 22. You add 1984, 22, that's 2006. Okay, now you take 2000, get the numbers from 2. Zeros don't count, so it's just the 6 and the 2, which is 8. So that means 8 years later, something's going to happen to you, Luke. Something's going to happen to you 8 years later after that. What is that? 2014. What happened in 2014? Well, the girl that was by my side in 2007 ended up getting pregnant and leaving me in 2014, and I was alone in there. And that changed my whole life. That changed. After that, I dedicated myself to self. Got myself right, started, man, I started learning all, that's when I started learning all this. So when I started learning all these things, getting all these books, ordering all these books, while everybody's ordering commissary, I got a catalog, book catalog, and I'm ordering book after book. Man, I ordered so much books, and everybody thinking, oh yeah, let me see what kind of books you get. And when they saw them, they're like, what the fuck are you getting ordering this? Why don't you get these urban books, or these westerns, or these romance, or these fucking magazines, these with bitches? Because I ain't in on that shit, man. I'm trying to learn something. Well, I'm not trying to spend my money on that bullshit. I'm trying to spend my money on something that's gonna teach me. In 2014, when that girl left, and I picked up these books and started becoming who I am today, it was a blessing. That's why I say, not everything that happens to you that you think is fucked up is fucked up. It's for a reason. When that girl left, as good as she left, I always shout. I don't got no hate towards her. Why? Because she held me down from 2007 to 2014. She couldn't wait no more. How does a man expect a woman to wait forever? That's why I'll never hold nothing against her. The way she went about it shattered me. But I also did say to her, you were my karma. I needed you to do that to me. Shatter me like I shattered them women out there. And she was my karma, and I will never hate her for that. Wherever she is, peace be with her. I pray that God watches over her and her family. Okay, 2014, that's what that happened. And what also is a blessing, when she left, is when Sonya came. That's when she left, the door had to open and close for another one to open. And that's when Sonya came into my world a couple years later, though. So you get 2014. You take the 4, the 1, and the 2. What is that? 7 years. 7 years later, Luke. 7 years later, something's going to happen to you, Luke. Boom. What year is that? What is 7 years after 2014? 2021. Well, if anybody knows me, what happened to Luke in 2021? That's the day I stepped out of prison. That's the year that Luke got released from prison. 2021. Numbers don't lie, y'all. Okay. Now, you take the 2, and the 1. Which is what? 5. Which adds to 2026. In 2 years, something about to happen. God has already revealed to me what it is. And always remember, these destiny years are the years that something major happens to you that changes your whole life completely. Those are for the people, if you got a birthday, my birthday, 1984, if you were born on that year, well, in 2006, you better be on your P's and Q's. Better be very careful, because something big is going to happen. Now I'm going to do 1981. For anybody who's out there in 1981, and I'm going to blow your mind. If your birthday 1981, how does he know that those years this happened to me? I don't know what happened to you, but I know something major did in that year. 1981, bah! You take the 9, the 1, the 8, and the 1, and you add it together. 9, 10, 18, 19. So when you were 1981, when you were 19, something happened to you that changed your whole life. It changed your whole life. Okay. So that means it was in what? 2000. So if you were born in 1981, something happened to you in 2000 that changed your whole life. Then you add the 2. Person in 1981 went through a lot of shit because a lot of things happened. Let me show you. take the 2, boom, you add it. It's 2 years after 2000. What's that? 2002. Something happened to you in 2002. It changed your whole life. Then you take the 2 and the 2, which is a 4. Something happened to that person in 2000, 2002, 2006. Man, that person was going through some shit. Yes, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 years later. What is that? 2014. So something happened to that person major in 2002, 2006, 2014. So what happens? You take the 4, the 1, and the 2. What is that? 7 years. What happened? In 2021. Something happened with that person in 2021 as well. Something that had changed their whole life completely. Could have been someone came in, or someone came out, or something happened. But ain't that crazy? In 2021, something happened to me that changed my whole life. Something happened to that person. It changed their whole life. And from that point on, their destiny years are always going to be the same. I'm going to stop right there. Now I'm going to do someone who was born in 1987. If your birthday is 1987, I'm going to tell y'all what happened to you. You take the 9, the 1, the 8, and the 7. What is that? 25. That means something happened when they were 25 years old. What year was that? 2012. So something major happened to that person in 2012. It changed their life completely. I'm talking about changed their whole life completely. Then you take the 2, the 1, and the 2. So that is 5, right? Okay. So 5 years after 2012, which lands on 2017, something happened to that person in 2017 that changed their whole life completely. And it's always going to be something that you will never forget. Remember that, where we're like, oh, if I do my numbers, how am I going to know? Trust me, it's going to be something that you will never forget. Something happened to you that you'll always remember that year. You'll always remember that year, that's your destiny year. So you take the 7, the 1, and the 2. Which is what? Boom. Yes, yes, yes. $2027. What it's looking like, right? Okay. Boom. So in 2027, something about to happen to that person. They need to be on their P's and Q's when 2027 comes. Because something's going to happen that's going to change their whole life completely. All right. So here we go. Let's see. It's booked up right here. Boom. So, I'm going to do another year. 1977. You know anybody that was born in 1977? About to do their year. Take the 9, the 1, the 7, and the 7. Which is a 24. Something happened to them that changed their whole life when they were 24. What year was that? 2001. Something happened to that person in 2001. And that person was in 1977. When that person turned 24 in 2001, something happened to that person that changed their whole life completely. They never looked at life the same. They were never the same again. Then you take the 2 and the 1, which is a what? 3. Something happened to that person in 2004 that changed their life completely. They will never be the same again. Then you take the 4 and the 2, which is a 6. Something happened to that person in 2010 that changed their whole life completely. They were never the same again. Then you take the 2 and the 1. 3 years later, something happened to that person in 2013 that changed their life. And they were never the same again. Then you take that number, the 3, the 1, and the 2. 6 years later, (2019). Something happened to that person in 2019 that changed their whole life completely. 12 years later, their next destiny year is 2031. Something major is going to happen to that person in 2031. Okay, let me do another number. 2015. For those who were born in 2015 or know somebody that was born in 2015, take the 5, the 1, and the 2. Something happened to that person when they were 8 years old that changed their whole life completely. That was what? What year was that? Yep. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. Tell y'all this right here. Bah. 23. Oof. 2023. Something happened to that person in 2023. It changed their whole life completely. Okay, then you take the 3, the 2, and the 2. Just 7. What year is that? 2030. Something's going to happen to them in 2030 that's going to change their whole life completely. And that's how you know a lot of some people who have many destiny years, they went through some shit, man. They went through some shit. Anybody out there need to do their number? How is it? How is it? That's how you do it. You take the year you were born. Take the year you were born. I'm going to do it again. Just to show you coincidence. Pick a random number. Let me see. Pick a random number. Random year. Let's do something. Let's do somebody in 2000. In 2000. Let's do somebody who was born in 2000. Well, in 2000, when you were 2 years old, something happened to you. Some of it, when it's that young, it's usually like their parents separated or something like that. Or it's sad, but some have this testimony they were molested or something like that. It's fucked up, man. It's one of the destiny years are usually years that are fucked up, man. Something happened to you that just changed your whole life completely. So 2002, something happened to that person in 2002. And sometimes it's like they ended up getting a brother or a sister or something like that. And that changed their whole life. It's something. It's not always bad, but a lot of times, man, it is. It is. Okay, boom. So in 2002, something happened to that person that changed their whole life. They witnessed something. Someone even witnessed a murder. Like some they see there were kids when they witnessed their mom die or a car crash. Someone died in their family. It's always something, man. It's always something that you're never gonna forget. And that's the proof is in the pudding. So then you take the 2 and the 2, which is a 4. Something happened to that person in 2006 change their whole direction in life. That's why they call it a destiny year, because it changes your whole life, your whole destiny. Something happened to you, to them people. So you take the 6 and the 2, which is 8 years after 2006, which lands to 2014. Something happened to that person in 2014 that changed their whole life completely. And it could have been good or bad, like, oh, that's the year that I met my husband, or that's the year I had my first child, or yeah, shit like that. Like, do it yourself, do your numbers, so you can see I ain't lying. So you can see, Luke Elijah, I'm here, man. I'm here. Run and tell your king, Luke Elijah is here. What the fuck you talking about? So you take the 4, the 1, and the 2. 7 years after 2014. What? That person has the same destiny as me. 2021. I knew 2021 was one of my biggest, man. One of my biggest years. When I seen that, I said, damn. What's going to happen? And when I already had known about this shit. So when 2021 rolled around, I already knew what was going to happen. Because in 2020 is when they came and told me, you made parole. You'll be getting out next year. They came to my door. Boom, where are you going to go? What's your address? Boom, boom, boom. What's going on? Because next year in 2021, you're getting out. I'm like, what the fuck? And I thought it was going to be some shit that I never thought I was going to make it out of prison alive. I'm like, damn. For years, I was fearing that number. For years, I was fearing 2021, man. Because I'm like, fuck. Oh, man, is that the year I'm going to die? Is that the... Man, no, man. That's the year you're going to be released into the world. To go and teach everybody what you had to learn in 14 years. But God had to throw you into the fire. There's no way you were going to learn this, Luke. There's no way you were going to learn this, Luke, unless you got to go there. It's not because I hate you, but I got to punish you for this shit, but I also got to put you in there, man. I got to put you. That's the only way you're going to learn this, Luke. That's the only way you're going to read these books. You're in the streets. You're doing all this shit. You're not going to learn this shit. God works in mysterious ways, y'all. God works in mysterious ways, and if he knew, that's the only way Luke is going to read all this shit. And study this shit and practice this shit and master this shit. You got to go to prison, Luke. And yes, it's going to be for a long time. Because what you need to learn takes years. Takes years, Luke. So don't hate me. And I don't hate you, Father. Because when I woke up in there, when I was rise and shine to myself and to the power within us, I know why I'm here now. I know why I'm here now. And I used to help people in there, man. Hero. I was someone's hero. They're about to do some fucked up shit to this person. Me. I'm the one to say, hey, you ain't finna do that. You ain't finna do none of that to that person. They're gonna come and do this shit. Hey. Nah. Man, you better not do it. You gonna take this, man. Take my shit. Fuck you talking about. You ain't doing nothing, none of that shit. Yeah, that's a hero. What do you call someone who comes to someone about to get raped and someone comes and saves them? That's the hero, man. Luke Elijah was a hero. I got testimonies, people in prison could say, man, because of that man right there, because of that man, nothing happened to me. Because of that man, I was able to eat. Because of that man, I had suits to eat. Yeah, because of that man that looks like a piece of shit. Yeah, Luke Elijah. So all them numbers, man. I'm going to do another number. Random number. I'm going to pick it out. Another year. Say, let's drop it down to 2005. Let's do people in 2005. All right. Something happened to that person when they were 7 years old. 2012. If you were born in 2005, you know somebody was born in 2005, something happened to them when they were 2007 that changed their whole life completely. They never looked at life the same again. All right. So then you take the 2, and the 1, which is what? 5. Right? 2012. Yeah, my bad. 2012. All right. Something happened in 2012. You take the 2, the 1, and the 2, which is what? 5. So after 2012, something happened to that person 5 years later, which is a what? 2017. In 2017, something happened to that person that changed their whole life completely. Man. Then you take the 7, the 1, and the 2. What is that? 10 years later. So in 2027, something is about to happen to that person that's going to change their whole life completely. Sometimes it's not always bad. Sometimes it's not always good. But a lot of the first destiny years are bad. It's usually when you do your numbers, you come up with the dates that fucked your shit. You fucked your whole life up, your whole head. You broke your mind, broke your heart, broke your spirit. It's usually something like that. And I think that's where they get the thing, 3rd time's the charm. I think that's where they get 3rd time's the charm, because the first 2 with me were fucked up. And then the 3rd one was 2021, and I stepped out, and it was a blessing, man. That shit was so beautiful. That destiny year was amazing. And the same with the other person. The first 2 were bad, and the 3rd one was something amazing. That's where I think the 3rd time the charm come from. So, I'm going to do another number. Doing this so y'all can get it, and you can go do it yourselves. So you can see. This man know what he's talking about. This man know what he's talking about. Okay, I'm going to pull out a number. Let's see. 1998. Let's do a 1998 number. If you know anybody that was born in 1998, here we go. Take the 9, and the 9 and the 8. You add them all together singly. So that's what? 9 plus 1, 10, plus 9, 19. That's to a 27. So something, if a person was born in 1998, go to it. Find the person. Find someone. Oh, you were born. Oh, 1998. Boom. What happened to you when you were 27? They're going to look at you. Well, I don't know. Because usually when you tell them their age, they don't know it. But you tell them the year, they're going to be like, some might look at you weird, like, what the fuck? Why are you asking me that? Because it was something that fucked them up, man. And they probably want, what the fuck? How did this person know? And they probably won't even tell you. Because it was probably something fucked up. They're not going to want to speak about it. I did, in prison, my grandpa was still alive. I did my grandpa's number. When I learned this shit, I went and I told my grandpa. I said, Grandpa, he was born in 1930. I said, Grandpa, what happened to you when you were 13? And he was like, I don't know, Miko. What do you mean, what? I said, okay. What happened to you in 1943? And he says, that's the year I got caught stealing a car. We were joyriding, me and my friends. And from that day on, I changed my whole life. I never got in trouble again. I was so scared they were going to take me to jail. I was 13 years old, and I got with the wrong crowd of guys. And we stole a car, and this was in 1943, y'all. I was thinking about my grandpa telling me this in my head. I'm like, what the fuck, Grandpa? Because my grandpa was a saint when I came into the world by that time. And when he told me that, I was like, what the? And I'm like, what the fuck? 1943? What kind of car? The pool motor car or some shit? Yeah, but my grandpa told me. He says, yeah, 1943. I'll always remember that year, Miko. That's the year that I was 13 years old, and I was hanging around with these older kids, and they wanted to steal a car and go joyriding. And we stole it. We went joyriding. We got caught. And I was the youngest one, and the cops scared me. They were going to take me to jail. And I was scared to the point where I changed my life. They said, we're going to take you home instead, and don't ever let it happen again. And he said, yeah, I never went astray again. I was as straight as an arrow from that day on. 1943, son. How do you know that? And I started telling him, and I started telling him, boom, okay. 17 years after that. $1960. And when I did that number, I already knew what it was. I asked him what happened in 1943. He told me. And I did in 1960. That was the year my mom was born. His first daughter, only daughter, out of 8 kids. She had 7 brothers. She was the only girl. And when he held her, he was never the same again. That was the year he had my mom. 16 years after that, 1976, I already knew. I said, man, he was asking me, how do you do that? And I tried to do my grandma, but she had a horrible memory. She was already losing her memory, so she couldn't remember really. She really couldn't remember. But I would go around doing people's numbers. People would come to me, hey man, they say you know how to do that. Do this for me, Stress. Do my numbers. Teach me how to do that. All right, look, boo. And I would teach them. Man, that's fucking crazy. Go to anybody. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. I'll do another number for random number. Let's see. Let's do 1990. People who were born in 1990. When they were 19. 2009. Yep. And they were born in 1990, when they were 19 in 2009, something happened to them to change their whole life. Then 11 years after that, take the 9 and the 2, which is 11. So 11 years after that is what? Boom. 2020. Yep. Something happened to that person in 2020. They were born in 1990. You could go and tell them. Something happened to you in 2009 that changed your whole life. Something happened to you in 2020 that changed your whole life. And something happened to you in 2024 that changed your whole life. This year. They were born in 1990. Something either is about to happen or already happened that changed their whole life. A lot of times it's like death and someone died so close. Something major always happened in the destiny years. So, we taught you about that today. Proof is in the pudding. Someone says they great, tell them to teach you something great then. Because great people know great things. God's chosen know great things. The people that God chooses, God works in mysterious ways to teach them things. Not for themselves, not just for themselves, but for you could go and teach others, warn others. When you awaken your chakras, there's certain things you got to do, certain meditations and certain vibrations. See, a lot of people know about the That vibration is specifically for this part of your the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, shit like that. That certain vibration, that it is vibrating that part of your body. And when you do it over and over, it's like, because your chakras, they're asleep. We all have them. We are energy beings. These energy centers, those are what the chakras are. Those are the energy centers in our bodies. And when we come into this world, a lot of us, we have to awaken them. But there are some people who are very special that the Bible talks about, all of these ancient, who are born with those things already awakened. There's some of them, those are the ones that are mediums. Those are the people who are psychics. Those are the people who are gifted already, because they came into this world with those things already awoke. You know, they don't got to do the practices. But what they do need to do is they need to be around the people who could tell them who they are. Because there's some people who come into this world and they know, they feel things. They could feel when you're mad. They could walk into a room and they feel weirded out and they can't understand it. Because no one has taught them, no one has told them who they are or what is within them. And they just feel, they have moods. A lot of them are bipolar, they say. These books, they will teach you that a lot of these people are bipolar, or some are schizophrenic. They're known labeled as schizophrenic because they can literally hear your thoughts. They could feel your anger. If you're sad, they'll just be mad for no reason. They'll just get mad. They'll be happy. Next thing you know, they're mad as fuck. They don't know why. Because the next person you're next to is so angry that you could feel it. They step into a room with somebody and they start feeling sad, like they want to cry. They think they're depressed. A lot of people are labeled manic depression because of that. They just start feeling sad, like, what the fuck, why am I sad? Because you feel that person next to you. You feel their sadness. You could feel it. People don't know what they talk about because your chakras, not everybody has the chakras awoke, but they're there. Everybody has them, but some got to do what I did to awaken them. But some come into the world where 5 of your chakras will be asleep, but one of them will be full awake. One of them will be full awake, and those are the people who have like if you're a solar plexus. I think that was mine. I came into this world with my solar plexus chakra already awoke, and those are the people whose intuition is out of this world. They could feel something bad's about to happen before it even happens. And they're telling, hey, man, we got to go, man. Something's about to happen. And they're like, what are you talking about? What you stressing for? What you stressing for? Yeah, man. What do you mean, what am I stressing, man? Because some shit about to happen, man. I don't know what the fuck, but I don't know. I got this feeling, man. I got this feeling. And it's strong. And people will be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about? Until you're all sitting on the curb. Fuck, I told you we should have fucking left, man. I told you. Or when you're about to go, man, I don't think we should go out tonight. Yeah, let's go out tonight. No, man, I don't think so, man. I don't know, man. Something's telling me not to go out tonight. Man, you stop stressing, man. You always tripping, man. I'm telling you. Next thing you know, you go out and you wish you didn't. Or you feel like in prison. I used to tell people I could feel the guard. I don't know why, man. They come in the shit, got cell down, bro. Hide all your shit. Man, they would be like, man, you tripping, man. You tripping, stress. Man, I don't care what you think, because for years, I've been going against this feeling. And every time I went against this feeling, I wish I didn't. So you can go ahead and think I'm crazy, but I'm going to do me. And if my instinct, my solar plexus telling me no, guess what? No. And that goes with everything. And that's the chakra I had. But I also had the third eye thing. Because my whole life, I would have dreams that came true to the T. To the T, down to where I would have a dream about this person walks in, said, and sometimes, and people like that, it's hard for them to distinguish their dreams from reality sometimes. If they already lived this, because the shit is like, what the fuck? I dreamt about this shit, down to everything, how it looks, And there's people in this world who are like that. They are gifted. They are gifted. They have a gift. They have a vision. That's how I knew that there was something about me my whole life. My whole life. And in order for me to wake up to who I was and to what is within us, God had to throw me to prison, man. God had to put me in prison and keep me there for 14 years. Because that was the only way you're going to learn, Luke. That's the only way you're going to rise and shine to yourself. Why do I got to rise and shine to myself? So I could come out and help everybody else wake up. I got to come out here and wake everybody else. Rise and shine, everybody, to what lies within you. To what lies within you. Because you are greater than me. Because y'all haven't done the things I've done. Your energies could be stronger. And there's certain things you got to do. Fasting isn't just with eating. When you fast, and you can't overdo your body. You can't do it all at once because all that energy will fuck you up. It will fuck you up, man. This shit is real. The energy that's within you is real. You got to awaken one chakra at a time. The Kundalini energies. They say that's why you go and look at the medications. They got that Hermes sign with those two snakes going up. Those are your positive and negative energies rising up your spine. Those are the Kundalini energies. And there's certain practices, certain meditations, and certain, like yoga, when you see them doing the poses, a lot of people think it's just for health. No, it's a lot to do with the gravitational pull. When you get in certain positions, it's like when you get a cup. I don't know if y'all ever done that. I don't know if I could do it like this. I gotta get a can. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go and get a can. I'm gonna show you something. A lot of people think when they do the yoga, see, people who are doing yoga think they're doing that just to that. They don't understand it has something to do with the gravitational pull of your body. When you put yourself in a certain position, like when you put this cup, you got a little bit of water in it, this is your body. Think of this as your body. It's standing up straight, boom. When you empty out some of the water, some of the shit that's inside it, and then you set it on its side, and it stays like that. People wonder how the fuck does that shit happen? It's staying on its side, it's rolling on its side, it's not falling over. It's not what the fuck. How is that shit moving like that? And it's what the fuck? Yeah. See, it's a little bit not filled. It's not filled up. So you don't know. So you know that this shit got liquid in it. You know? Tilt it on its side. Now it spins on its own and don't fall over. There it goes. It fell there. I fucked up. All right. But y'all got the hint of it. Okay, it's something like that with your body. When you put yourself in a certain position, the gravity is pulling on certain chakras. It's pulling on a certain energy centers. That's why different positions of yoga puts you in a position that the gravity of the earth and the magnetic field is pulling on that certain part of your body, that certain chakra. That's why different things, it's like your chakras are asleep. Certain positions, it's like they got to wake them up. Like when you got to wake somebody, yeah, hey, wake up. And you shake them, you got to wake it up. That's how you do to your chakras. Because a lot of us, they're asleep. And in order for you to vibrate, you got to vibrate that certain part of your body. You got to vibrate that certain part of your body. Give you a diagram of it. Okay? The chakras of your body. You gotta vibrate them. You gotta shake them and wake them up. And a lot of the times, the best way to do it is by certain vibrations. And the vowels. That's why there's 7 vowels. A, E, I, O, and U. In ancient times, the vowels were so sacred, you couldn't just say them. That's why a lot of the words were consonants. A lot of the words and names had no vowels in them. They said that that the vowels were so sacred that only gifted people should be able to hum them. The 7 octaves on a music scale. You sit, you meditate, and you focus. When you're saying those vibrations, you're focusing your mind on that part of your body. You do that, and people are gonna be like, oh, you're crazy. They don't know, don't worry about it. You do your thing. I was in prison. I was in prison doing this shit. In front of my cellies, they be like, damn, I'm about to meditate, y'all. A lot of time I would wait for them to leave the cell, because you gotta have complete concentration. You don't need nobody right there laughing or whatever. And I'd go to the code. Sometimes I'd go to the code room. And people in prison know what the code room is. Sometimes you gotta go to the code room and they get away from everything. Everybody. They strip you out. Yeah, they're gonna strip you out, put you in a room with just a fucking suicide blanket on. But sometimes that's where you gotta go to get away from everything and everyone, to practice what you need to practice. Solitude. You need complete solitude, quiet, a peaceful environment. You don't need nobody's vibrations, nobody's negative energies around you while you're trying to awaken your positive energies. And you hum those, and you do it going up. Because every vowel has a different vibration, a different note on a music scale. And every vibration vibrates a certain part of your body. And when you do it over, when you focus one day on this chakra, and you do that vibration, you're gonna awaken. You're gonna start waking your chakras, and you're gonna start seeing. You're gonna start seeing. You're noticing the difference. You're gonna start noticing the difference. And this shit right here ain't something that I could come and teach you. That's what's hard about this. A lot of these things are shit that you got to do on your own. But you need someone that, here, read this book right here. Read this book and do what this book tells you to do. Boom. Sacred power of your name. Right, this one I told you about the chakras. There's many books. You ain't got to read this one. There's many out there. Teach you how to awaken your chakras. And shit is real, y'all. That's why no one knows about it, because no one believes in it. And this shit is shit that Jesus went around. When you look at the Bible and you look at the path that Jesus took, a lot of Bibles show where he walked. And you look at that map and you will see where he stopped. And everywhere Jesus was stopping, they were teaching these things. And Jesus, he was learning of this shit. He was learning, oh, this is what these people do, this is what these people, and he collected all that information. And he was wise enough to know, okay, this is bullshit, this is no good, right? This is of evil, this is, nope, do away with those people over there. They believe in some weird shit over there. They're sacrificing human sacrifices. What the fuck? Cannibalism. Oh yeah, you motherfuckers is out of there. And that's what he did. And it shows on the map that where you see Jesus, he was stopping at everywhere. And he was learning what everyone was learning. And after his journey, he was able to sit down and dissect it all. And because he did that, the seek and you shall find journey that he went on God was sitting there the whole time watching him. That's why God finds favor in those who seek him. It says, I find favor in those who seek me. Seek my knowledge. A lot of people say, you're not supposed to question the Bible. You're a damn fool. Because if you're reading something and it says, hold on, this don't make sense, then trust me, it probably don't make sense. And you got to seek and find out why it don't make sense. And he going, and he found favor. God finds favor on those who don't just sit back and go off of hearsay. A real student asks questions. And if a real student sees, hey, you know what, teacher, I don't think that right there that you're doing is right. Something telling me that is not right. This is the right word of God. Yeah, give me your money so that I can pray for you. Yeah, all that. And all them psychics and prophets and prophetesses. They're not just prophets, there's prophetesses out there. There's women who are, and that's what I'm going to get on that now. Where people say, that's why you women are so great. And that's why the Bible took y'all out. Don't want y'all to know your power. Because a lot of you women are born with that gift already. A lot of you women, that's why they say sensitive. Women are sensitive. It's not emotionally wise. Your senses are through the roof. That's why they call it a woman's intuition. A woman's intuition is through the roof to the point where, yeah, you psychics. A lot of y'all women are psychics and don't even know it. You just need someone to come and teach you how to waken up your chakras. Y'all gonna be on point. Y'all, women were held sacred. Women are held sacred to God. Yeah, because God created man and he realized I fucked up. You don't think God makes mistakes? Pull out the Bible. I'm going to show you. Yes, God. Anybody who tells you God don't make mistakes. The Bible says God makes mistakes. I'm going to show you where he says. Tell you. Don't ever believe that. Don't ever believe that, man. Here we go. Where they were going to destroy. Where God said that look at what I have created. I regret creating man. See what happens? Get crunk. Too crunk, y'all. That's God letting y'all know. Yeah. Says that I regret creating man. Yes. He says, I created man. Look how evil they are. And the wickedness that has overtaken them. It says in the Bible, man. God says it. I regret creating man. He didn't say women. He said, I regret creating man. So if you regret something, what does that mean? You made a mistake, right? When I regret shooting at that cop, made a mistake, man. One of the biggest mistakes in my life. And I pray that that man and his family forgive me. Because that man had kids and a wife. Because of my stupidity, my wickedness. If I would have killed that man, there would have been a fatherless child out there. A widow. Because of me. And all because I wanted to be a gangster. All because I want to be the gangster. I would have left a child fatherless. And a wife a widow. Yeah, and I regretted that. And I woke up and realized, man, that because of me, children could have grown up without a dad. When he was just out there trying to keep the city safe. So I pray. In the name of Jesus, that man forgive me. So, that's how it is. But women, when he seen God, man are all fucked up. God created a woman. don't have the flaws that the man has. Through women, God fixed his mistake. So I created men and they're all fucked up. I gotta fix this shit. I gotta create something that's like man but better. Doesn't have the wickedness in it. And that's why he crafted women with a pure heart, loving heart. And then he gave it to man. And man, fucked that woman over, man. That's why God found favor in Eve. Because see, Eve, you look at the punishment, go read the punishment to man, and go read the punishment of woman. God said, because of what you did, when you have babies, you're gonna feel pain. That was her punishment. When you have a baby, they were in the beginning, y'all women were probably like the animals. When you see a dog and the animals, they have baby, they're not screaming in pain. It just come out. It just come out. But that was the woman's punishment, pain. But after that, she was forgiven. Why? Because it says, I'll make you, Eve, mother of all the living. You, Eve, are now mother of all the living. And you, man, you're going to the dirt. Because that's what you worth. You ain't shit, man. You ain't shit because you listened to her. You should have taught her. You didn't teach her shit. Where in the Bible did Adam teach Eve anything? You fucking stupid man. You get it. That's why, men, when you get with a woman, you got to teach them right. You don't fucking, God seen. No matter what woman I put into a man's life, he's going to destroy them. I give a man the realest of all women. He going to destroy her. I give a man the fakest of all fake women. He going to destroy her. No matter what woman God gives to a man, he's going to destroy. God sees that. I see that. And if I could see that, trust me, God could see it. And that's why in ancient times, they tried to take the power. They did. They took the power from the woman. They took the power from the woman. But just like the Bible says, what you take, I shall restore to them. And that's why all this women and all coming together and all that. Yeah, because it's time. It's time for y'all. Y'all are the mother of all the living. Eve, God cursed man and forgave. See, a lot of people blame Eve for everything. But it was like taking candy from a baby. That's why that Elohim, that snake, was able to deceive Eve. Because she didn't know. All she knew was love. I don't know this fool's deceiving me. Just like when you women get with a man, you don't know this fool's fucking you over or deceiving you. You don't see that. You got a heart of purity. You're not even looking for this fucked up shit because you're so pure, you guys ain't even looking at that. And that's how Eve was. She didn't know this fucking snake was coming to deceive her. And like, what the fuck? She's here to help. She's here to love. All she knew was love and to obey and all this shit. So when he got the snake, it was like taking candy from a baby. And that's why you deceived this woman. You deceived this woman. What the fuck? Curse the snake. Cursed and made Eve feel pain because you knew better. You knew better, but it's understandable. Why? Because I created you to not even question. I created you just to fucking go in with a full heart, and you shouldn't have had no doubt. Because, she was easily deceived. But that's why God forgave her and made her mother of all the living. You think God didn't make her? You think God made her mother of all the living because she was no good? He says, from here on out, you are mother of all the living. You watch over everything. The animals, the trees, and even man. You are mother of all the living. And that's why a lot of y'all women, y'all have the power to become. That's why a man has to destroy you physically. But a woman can shatter you with just her mind. Just her mind, a woman will just break man down to his simplest form, like math. Yo, a woman don't gotta punch you and go to war and all that. Just by her lips and her looks and her mind, she will destroy a man. Break him down to his simplest form. So, show y'all the power of your name. Everybody got a name. People think that their parents gave them that name. Your name is your name because God gave you that name. There's a lot of parents that were supposed to name their son something because their heart or their daughter, but they didn't. There's a vibrations in everybody's name. The vowels in your name, like me, Luke, would be the U and the E. When you get your name, you write it down, write your whole name down. Boom. I'm just going to do it, Luke, just do it short. It would be a U and the E. Those are your special vibrations. Those vowels in your name are the key notes inside of you. Those are the vibrations that are most high. They're vibrating in you. And when you meditate, those ones are the ones that you should focus on. And when you pray, you hum those vowels. The high one and the low one. Let's say, for example, A. There's an A and there's an Ah. Those are your two. You boom. They resonate within you. They have been placed within you like microchips, you would say. Those vowels are placed within you like microchips. And those are special vowels that God has given you. God has given you. Hum these. That's why there's a lot of songs that call hymns. Hum these vowels, these vibrations in your name. And it strengthens your energy. My vowels aren't your vowels. Some are. Some people do got the same energies resonating within them. And when you pray, you hum those vowels. And it strengthens your energetic being. A lot of people don't believe in the aura. How to Read the Aura by W.E. Butler. You got practices on not just to strengthen your aura, but to restore it. Because a lot of things we go through in life destroy our aura, our energy centers. That's why there's 7 colors of the rainbow, because those 7 colors represent each chakra. The lowest is the red, then it goes to the yellow. No, it goes red, yellow, orange, green, blue, indigo, and that's when the crown that you see Jesus with, the halo, the golden, the crown chakra, they all have a vibration. They all have a purpose. That's why when you wear certain colors, all blue, you're strengthening your throat chakra. When you wear all red, you're strengthening your sacral chakra. Certain colors enhance. It's like a tonic. You wear certain colors, it's like a tonic for your energy. Strengthens it. Strengthens your energy. You got to find out what your color is. What is your chakra that is most strong within you? Do you know what I know? Probably not, because you don't read what I read. See, a lot of people, they'll judge you by how you look. They judge a book by its cover. Break it down to you. You should read How to Read the Aura by W.E. Butler. Find it out. The Rainbow Body by Kurt Leland. Teach you about your chakras. Dark Light Consciousness by Edward Bruce Bynum. Teaches you about the Kundalini energies, how to awaken it. And I'll try to show you these things. How I used to, every time I read and completed it, see it shows the positions you're supposed to get, how even down to they're called mudras, the certain hands that you put, they're energy centers. They're energy, there's purpose behind everything. How to position yourself, teaches you this shit, man. Yeah, Luke is in there doing this. Luke Elijah, the one that everybody looks at, oh, he's full of tattoos, he probably don't know shit. Yeah, 14 years in prison, he didn't do shit. I wasn't in there doing what everybody else was in there doing. I was on a whole nother journey. God had his hand over me. Awaken Your Third Eye by Susan Shumsky. And this shit right here, it'll blow this shit. You read this book, it's gonna blow your mind, y'all. Teach you about sun gazing, teach you how, man, study. Knowledge is power, y'all. Dreaming Wide Awake, gonna teach you how to dream, like literally. It's gonna teach you the practices you're supposed to do, the meditations you do right before you go to bed. Certain things when you do the meditations, the hums, and the positions right before you go to bed. And when you go to bed, lucid dreaming, I'm gonna see if y'all know what this is. Lucid dreaming, and a lot of people have experienced it. That's why a lot of people know this shit real. But how do you do it all the time is the trick. That's what you gotta learn, how to do it all the time. A lucid dream is when you go to sleep and you're having a dream. But in that dream, you know you're awake. You know you're in the dream. You're literally awake in your dream. Like, what the fuck, I'm dreaming. You have become lucid. When you reach that point, some people have it just spontaneously. Some people can control it. Some people master it. In order for you to be a shaman, in order for you to be in the Egyptian times, a pharaoh and all that, you had to master your dreams. You had to know how to turn it on and turn it off. And a lot of people, a lucid dream is when you go to sleep and you're having a dream, and when you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I'm in a dream. What the fuck, I'm dreaming. How the fuck is this possible? Those are lucid dreams. Some people have it a lot and they don't even know the power that you possess. If you could just learn how to control that right there. And you wake up, and in your dream, in the dream world, you can go and visit people. If they're asleep, sometimes you could go and you'll be standing there in spirit. And a lot of them, they call it scrying. They call it scrying because it's kind of like spying. Remote viewing. The government has facilities with these people who can scry, who can lucid dream, and remote viewing. The remote viewing where they can meditate and they can be on the whole other side of the world. This shit is real, man. The government knows. Government knows about us, man. And you gotta watch out, because they find you, they're gonna come and get your ass. Yo, people won't find, they're gonna have you in a facility, they're gonna try to make you work for them. They're gonna try to make you work for them. Because that's how they find out all these secrets that these people were, yeah. That's what they do. You become lucid. And you can travel in your mind, in the dream world. And you can visit people in their dreams. People are like, man, I had a dream of you last night. What the fuck, shit was real? Which probably was. Probably showed up like, woo. Hello. Yo. Don't think it's true till you try it. Advanced Shamanism, the practice of conscious transformation by James N. Reddy. This right here will teach you the power of the Native Americans. Teach you the practices they do. This book and another one taught me how to make it rain and how to stop it. You don't believe the Native Americans could make it rain? You know where that power came from? How they learned how to do it? But it's like a lot of these things, it's like the sword and the stone story, I would say, where a lot of people come from all over to try to pull the sword out of the stone, but they can't. And everybody, oh, it can't be done, it can't be done. But there's only a few who could come and pull that sword out. For whatever reason. That's why they call them the chosens. Those are the chosens, the ones who, because anybody could read it. Man, I read it, I did those practices, that shit don't work. Yeah, because you ain't chosen. God ain't giving you the power to do that. It's only for a selected few. And the only one you're going to learn who you are when everybody says this shit don't work, but how come this shit works for me? How come I can do this shit and no one else? Because there's only a selected few out there, y'all. Darkness Visible. This book right here by Ross Heaven and Simon Buxton. Awakening Spiritual Light Through Darkness Meditation. This is the book when I read, we went into the caverns and the tour guide was telling us about absolute darkness, and he's like, yeah, you knows about that. And I started telling him, you gotta remember what I look like. And I'm talking to this man, I can see just by him, he's looking at me like, what the fuck, you know about this shit, convict. Yo, don't judge a book by its cover. The shit I know, I'll blow your mind. My favorite. This shit was crazy. I read the description of this book, and when I read it, I was like, this shit ain't nothing about what it says. And I was like, why the fuck? It was like probably 2% of what it describes. It's like 2% of what this whole book is about. I'm like, man, I read the description, that shit wasn't even about none of that. What the fuck? But I realized why. This shit right here, he didn't want just anybody to read it. You read this, oh, this is what this is about, I ain't trying. You're going to overlook it. When you open it and you read this shit right here. What the fuck was that? You read this shit right here, you will never look at the world again the same, ever. This shit teaches, and you will see it. I could go on forever what this shit talks about. The Synchronicity Key by David Wilcock. I encourage everybody to read this. And it's just like every other book. Because every book is half and half. Half truth and half lies. And that goes for this Bible as well. Because man wrote it. The devil. He put half truth and half lie. Why? Because in order for you to confuse somebody, that's how you got to do it. You got to know the tricks of the devil. The devil will come and tell you half the truth and half the lie. That's what they say. Believe nothing what you hear and half of what you see. Because even what you see could play tricks on you. And this book right here, when you read it, it breaks down how, this is just like 1% of what the book is. But it tells you how, and this is about the government. It's going to tell you what the government is doing. And when you read it, you're going to sit back and you're going to look and be like, what the fuck? And it's right in front of everybody's eyes. And they don't see it. They got these millionaires investing in the pharmaceutical companies. This is just one of the chapters of the fucking 50. They got these billionaires, and they are investing in these pharmaceutical companies. And they have devised it where damn near everybody needs medication. Because that's where all the money's at. They will inject your family member with sickness and disease, and kids as well. You take your kid to the doctor thinking it's gonna get a checkup, and they giving your kids cancer, fucking all this disease. Why? Because they know you will spend your whole life savings on medication to save your kid. And they getting everybody like that. They know that you will spend your whole life savings to try to keep your wife alive or your husband alive. They drain, and that's, man, I tell you, that's just a little bit about this book. When you read this book, man, the synchronicity key, you will never look at the world again the same. It's gonna change it, and you're gonna see it. It's gonna shine the light on what the government is doing, been doing since ancient times. Synchronicity key, because everything is synchronized from ancient times. I can't break it down to you how, because I'll be here forever. But by David Wilcock, gotta read that. You'll never be the same again. The Voice of Knowledge by Don Miguel Ruiz. I would underline a lot of shit in my books, and that's how you could tell one of the books that I read were amazing, because when you pick up my book, a lot of my cellies would pick up my books and be like, damn, why you got this shit underlined for? I underline key points, key notes all the time. I underline shit that make you say, or just very powerful knowledge. And you could tell this book right here has so much fucking underlying. So, man, look, shit has so much wisdom in it. Native American wisdom, man. A Toltec wisdom book by Don Miguel Ruiz. The Voice of Knowledge. I encourage y'all to read this. Open your mind. Last but not least, Christianity, an ancient Egyptian religion. This book is not fake, but it's the greatest plagiarism ever. It's like me. Okay, you all know Tupac, right? Y'all know Tupac. Tupac makes a song, album. 100 years later, where people forgot about Tupac. 200 years later, no one even knows that Tupac exists. And then here comes Luke, 200 years later, saying the same songs. And everybody's like, fuck yeah, that's a... And people who know, like, man, that's Tupac shit. But nobody knows Tupac because he's long forgotten. So here, this person is taking credit for this other person's shit. Plagiarism. So I'm not saying this is fake. But these people, these Europeans, they went and stole these people's... Now this is known, man. This is known. They went and took these people's book, changed the names of the characters, left the word in there, because the word is the word. I'm talking about that. That word, that's why I say, in the beginning was the word. That word, Jesus. Powerful word, because it's the vibration. It's a vibration. The vowels in that word, the way that whole thing, it's like when you feel evilness or negativity, it's like a bomb that diffuses all negativity. When you say that word and it goes into the atmosphere, all negative energy around you gets evaporated with that vibration that you send out. That word Jesus. Whatever's in that vibration neutralizes negative energy. That's the power behind that word. That word neutralizes all energy. And that figure, he was a figure. There was someone you need to believe. There's someone who came telling people the truth. And because what he was telling people, they killed him for it. They killed him for it. Why? Read the Bible. Read what Jesus was doing. He was going around and speaking about shit, and like the shoe fit. The shoe fit certain people, royal people. And this time, at that time when Jesus showed up, he came and said, man, what you mean you can have as many wives as you want? No, you cannot. You know how many kings and emperors were offended by that? Because they all had multiple wives. And here comes this man saying, what you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is not right, because it breeds jealousy. You got 50 wives, but that means you got 50 angry women around you. You got 50 jealous women around you. You don't think that shit breeds jealousy? Yes. And then he came to saying what you guys are doing, all that shit is wrong. All that shit you're doing is wrong and evil. Eye for an eye. My father says, you forgive your enemy. Violation warning. There he goes. I was waiting for that TikTok. I was waiting for you to do that. I was waiting for someone. I thought it was going to be Facebook. But it's always TikTok. TikTok, you Japan over there. China, wherever. Who created TikTok? Pray to the devil. Y'all worship the dragon. Yeah. What am I doing wrong that they want to cut me off? Because I'm telling y'all what they don't want y'all to hear, y'all. What they don't want y'all to hear. Now all of a sudden I'm on violation. They want to cut me off. Yeah. Just like Jesus, y'all. Jesus shows up. He starts saying things. Everybody's guilty heart. He's like, man, he talking about me. Because he was coming and telling people what they doing. And they felt guilty because they were doing that. They were doing that. They were doing what Jesus was telling them about. Yeah, the prophets. When the prophets came, they were speaking on what these governments are doing. Eye for an eye. And all these people, they prayed to Moses and they worship Moses. And Moses was a murderer. Jesus even said it. You all are bastards. Y'all don't even know who your dad is. Y'all, man murdered somebody and then hid the body. That man Moses murdered somebody, hid the body, and then burnt off. Started praying to the devil. That's what a lot of people, Moses wasn't praying to the devil. He turned his hand into a snake. Jesus said the fruits that a tree bears will tell you what kind of tree that is. This man turned his hand into a snake. Why couldn't he turn it into a rainbow? Why didn't he turn it into a dove or a beautiful flower? Because the devil your evil can't do good. The proof is in the pudding, y'all. This fool erected a statue of a snake and told people, if you ever get big, pray to this statue. This snake. He was telling Moses was telling people, pray to this snake that I'm going to put right here. Y'all pray to that snake. He turned his hand into a snake. He turned the water into blood. He made it rain frogs. He brought death and disease. These are the fruits of Moses, y'all. The fruits of Moses. The one that Jesus said is no good. The false prophet. That was the false prophet. That was the false prophet, Moses. Yes, he was getting his power from the devil. He wasn't getting. Yes, he was. He turned his hand into a snake. That says it all. He made it rain frogs, brought death and disease to these people, turned water into blood. Those are good. That's some good shit. Open your eyes, y'all. Rise and shine. This man, Moses, said, eye for an eye. So when he killed that man, what was supposed to happen to him? By God's law, what was supposed to happen to Moses for killing that person? And he knew. That's why he fled. That's why he hid the body and fled. Because he knew what was coming to him. You do not take no one's life. Jesus said, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth is wrong. And everybody around that was doing that. So that means they were like, what? So we're evil. No, they killed that man. He said, I did not come to change the law. I came to fulfill it and restore it. Why? Because what they were following, they were doing some fucked up shit. In the Bible it says, if your wife cheats on you, you can stone her to death. What about man? How come this doesn't say what happens to man? Oh, because man is allowed to have 50 wives. No. No. God is equal. God is equal. So if a man is allowed to have 50 wives, then a woman should be allowed to have 50 husbands then. Yo. That's why Jesus said, what y'all doing is wrong. Everything. You are all evil. That's why he says you're like a cup that is clean on the outside, but filthy in the inside. This man was going around telling people of royalty. King, that people talk Jesus as a whole. This fool was going up to kings and queens, emperors, telling them, yeah, man, I know what you're going to do to me. I ain't no hope. You're going to kill. I'm going to die for what I believe in. I'm here to tell y'all what y'all doing is wrong. All y'all with 50 wives. All y'all eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. All of you saying you could stone this woman to death. Let who has not done one sin cast the first stone. Real talk, man. Jesus came to restore the shit because what these people did was destroy it. Moses destroyed it, man. That's why he wasn't allowed into heaven. Because he was a murderer. He was a murderer. Ain't no, it's right there. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no justifying it. You killed that freaking Egyptian and hid the body. And then found out, oh shit, and then you ran, you fled. And you already had all the fucking knowledge of God. God appeared to me. And God ain't going to tell you to go cause no disease. God going to do it himself. God going to do it himself. God don't send that shit. God sends his people to go and protect his people. Moses, the devil, needs foot soldiers. God don't need foot soldiers. God just needs clean vessels so he could speak his words. God's words are powerful. He don't need foot soldiers. The devil needs foot soldiers. The devil's a coward. The devil is the one that can't put his own work in. He makes other people go do it. Just like the government. George Bush, all them presidents. They quick to send the whole United States out to war because them and their family are at home, comfortable. While our people are out there dying for something that they think is freedom. No, man. America's been going around taking everybody's land since the beginning of time. You think these people are cool with that shit? Think these people are cool with that shit? You just gonna come over here and rape our women? Maybe that's what America's been doing, man. Landing on land and raping the women, killing the men. To take away the bloodline. We are on a land that was built on bloodshed. Bloodshed and rape. America was founded on. And it was stolen. God said, but you still, you either give it back or I will take it and give it back. I will restore it to who it belongs to. One way or another. And we just going to be caught in the crossfire. Because God has given the land back to those who it belongs to. In all regions. All regions. Because this, we think, oh, this is America, this is our land. They want to build a border. Call us wetbacks. When they crossed the fucking ocean to get here. Well, we're the wetbacks. We're the wetbacks when we were already here, but y'all crossed an ocean to get over here. and kill all of us because we were peaceful. And we didn't believe in doing what y'all were doing. You come, we're going to help you, teach you this, teach you that. And then you gave us a blanket with smallpox to kill us all off. Yeah, here we go, here you go. Here's your blanket. That's why in TDC, when on Thanksgiving, the guards used to come in and stress everybody, be like, man, stress, you crazy. Yeah, because I'd come to the door when the guards and wardens were coming in. I'd be like, hey, where are our blankets with the smallpox at? Where are the blankets with the smallpox at? And everybody, damn, still you tripping? Yeah. Yeah, no, where are they bringing us these trays? Where are the blankets with our smallpox at? Yeah. Don't forget that part. Yeah. Where are the blankets with our smallpox? They still doing it, COVID. Killing people off, man. Shit ain't changing, man. It's right in front of everybody's face. Everybody want to walk around. They don't see it. Luke Elijah sees it. Luke Elijah has been found. I got high favor with God. Because in prison, I stood up for righteousness. Ain't nobody gonna come around here. You ain't gonna fucking rape this fool. Fuck you got, you fucking idiots. Man, you know, ain't nobody gonna do this shit, do this. Man, righteousness. I stood up for right against my own people. Against my own people. Luke don't partake in all that bullshit that other people partake in. Yo, that's what separates God. God's chosen ain't no cowards. Jesus was no coward. Let you go do something that you know you're about to get tortured and killed for. See how fast you catch that pussy. Yeah, see how fast you catch that pussy when you know you about to stand up against 15 motherfuckers because of this one motherfucker that don't give a fuck about you, but you know what's about to happen to him is wrong. And you willing to go to war for a motherfucker that don't give a fuck about you, but because what you believe in, you finna stand up. Yo, no coward in that. See how many motherfuckers do that? Catch that pussy, man. Jesus was no hope. Everybody like, Jesus, yeah, Jesus was a hope. And let's see you do. See you stand up against somebody you know is about to torture your fucking ass. You gonna catch that pussy, man, and run. And Peter, you gonna say, nah, I don't know that guy. Oh, shit, I don't know him. I don't know him. But you were with him 24/7. Yeah. God don't choose no cowards, y'all. So rise and shine. Rise and shine. Go check my Facebook. You want to see this whole recording again? Go ahead. Get the name of the books. Go to my Facebook. Get the name of the books. Right there. Watch the video. Learn your numbers. Go do your destiny numbers so you could be aware of what's to come. So you could be on point, be on cue. Got to. So, in the name of Jesus, I pray that you watch over everybody out there. Keep them safe. Keep them safe. Yup. Live access removed. Look at this. Look at this shit. Live access removed, y'all. What did I say that was wrong? What did I say that was wrong? Bitch ass TikTok. Worship the dragon. Worship the dragon. Yeah. What did I say was wrong, y'all? Live access denied. Talking about I'm saying shit. Tell y'all, man. Yo. When they try to shut you up, that's when you know they try to shut you up for a reason, yo. Smoking, all these people. And then there's people out there who report me. Woe to those. Woe to those who report me, give false testimony on me. Woe to those who hate on me and give false reports on me. Yo. In the name of Jesus, I ask you, Father, to punish them. Punish them for what they doing when I'm trying to spread your word. Trying to give false testimony on me. In the name of Jesus, man. No weapon against me shall prosper. Luke Elijah has spoken. Elijah has shown y'all what separates me from all the others. That's why they gonna hate on me. Hate on me because they not me. They can't be like me. They will not take the time to read these things. They will not take the time to do these practices. They will not take the time to even work out. They won't take the time to shit, man. Take the time to do shit. They just want to point to me, oh, he crazy, he crazy. Nah, man, I know too much. I know what y'all don't want to know. So, peace be with you. Rise and shine. Stay strong, man. Don't let nothing get you down. Don't let no one get you down. You bad. We all bad down here. Just wake up to who you are. And woe to those who give them false reports. Try to shut me down. Try to shut me up. Them haters, man. Those are haters. So, y'all stay fly. Peace be with you. Peace be with you all.